puzzles to twist and turn on whim. There is no framework, just bricks interlocked to support each other into a story. I have no idea what I'm actually building, or if it will stand. Perhaps I should be working on a bus. That would be more consistent with my process, such as it is. I'm not totally without direction. There is a route of some sort, but who hops on and who gets off is determined by a balance of habit and timing and random chance. There's always the possibility that the route will be altered at the last minute for weather or accident, some parade or marathon. There's no symmetry, no plan, just the chaotic, unplotted bustle of human life. Still, ceilings have a wonderful lofty perspective that buses do not. These have gazed down on riders before. Do they see one now? Or just a woman in the library with a blank page before her? Maybe I should stop looking at the ceiling and write something. I force my gaze from its elevated angle. Green-shaded lamps cast soft ellipses of light that define boundaries of territory at the communal reading tables. Spread out, by all means, but stay within the light of your own lamp. I sit at the end of one of dozens of tables placed in precise rows within the room. My table is close enough to the center of the hall that I can see green lamps and heads bent over books in all directions. The young woman next to me has divested her jacket to reveal full-sleeve tattoos on both arms. I've never been inked myself, but I'm fascinated. The story of her life, etched on her skin. She's like a walking book. Patterns and portraits and words, mantras of love and power. I wonder how much of it is fiction. What story would I tell if I had to wear it on my body? The woman is reading Freud. It occurs to me that a psychology student would make an excellent protagonist for a thriller. A student, not an expert. Experts are less relatable, removed from the reader by virtue of their status. I write psychology student onto the blank page of my notebook and surround it with a box. And so I hop onto the bus. God knows where it's going. I just grabbed the first one that came along. Beneath the box, I make some notes about her tattoos, being careful not to make it obvious that I am reading her ink. Across from me sits a young man in a Harvard Law sweatshirt. He cuts a classic figure, broad shoulders, strong jaw, and a cleft chin, like he was drawn as the hero of an old cartoon. He's been staring at the same page of the tome propped before him for at least 10 minutes. Perhaps he's committing it to memory. Or perhaps he's just trying to keep his eyes down and away from the young woman on my left. I wonder what they are to each other. Lovers now estranged? Or could it be that he is lovelorn and she indifferent? Or perhaps the other way round. Is she stalking him? Watching him over the top of Freud? Might she suspect him of something? He certainly looks tormented. Guilt? He drops his eyes to check his watch. A Rolex, or perhaps a rip-off of the same. To the left of heroic chin is another man, still young, but no longer boyish. He wears a sport coat over a collared shirt and jumper. I am more careful about looking at him than I am the others, because he is so ludicrously handsome. Dark hair and eyes, strong, upswept brows. If he catches my gaze, he will assume that is the reason. And it isn't. Well, maybe a little. But mostly I am wondering what he might bring to a story. He's working on a laptop, stopping every now and then to stare at the screen, and then he's off again, typing at speed. Good Lord, could he be a writer? There are other people in the reading room, of course, but they are shadows, unfocused as yet, while I try to pin a version of these three to my page. I write for a while. Scenarios, mainly. How Freud girl, heroic chin, and handsome man might be connected. Love triangles, business relationships, childhood friends. Perhaps handsome man as a movie star, heroic chin, a fan, and Freud girl, his faithful bodyguard. I smile as the scenarios become increasingly ridiculous, and, as I do, I look up to meet handsome man's eyes.